Hey Tiffany, so here's NetRef, millardk12.net-ref.com/class. And I'll be honest, I don't know if that /class, let's find out right now. Either way, it doesn't have to have the /class. So there you go, millardk12.net-ref.com. So then I think we've all been given an email and password, but I don't use that. I just sign in with Google. And then my school email. And then it's going to pop up something like this. Now, I've used this before, and I've gone in and changed the names. So I named it first period, 8th grade, third period, fourth period, and whatnot. I don't think that's how it started. I think that they have different names, and I chose to name them that way. So let's see if I can move this around a little bit. Not really. So, for example, class options, I edited it. That's how I chose my name. Not a big deal. But let me show you what's going to be helpful for you. So you have to find whichever class period you have that student. For example, let's say first period. Here's all my students. Let's pretend this is the student who I'm having a problem with. I'm going to click right in the center of hers, and you'll see these 5 different buttons come up. This green check mark means everything is allowed. Good to go. If I click on this allow list, then it's only going to allow the things I have put on the allow list. So it sounds like that student is saying that some other teacher already has it set, so that student's only allowed to see certain things. So in theory, then what you would do is when you clicked on this, it would show that that student is always orange. You would need to go back in and click on green to allow that student to access anything. Block list means that you can create a list of certain things that are blocked, which means that pretty much they're allowed to go anywhere except those few sites. And then the X means that they can't access the internet at all, which that's no good on the Chromebooks. I is information, so it shows a screenshot of what they're doing right in that moment. This person's not logged on. But here, let me show you. I do happen to have a student logged on right now. Let's see what he's doing. So we can see what he's doing on the computer right now. Here's what he has been doing all day. So you can literally go on any one. Like I can see that this student was on IXL today for 3 minutes. And I can look at, okay, well, there's not much of a screenshot here, but here's a different time. Oh, but I can look at his screen from that time. Let's see. There we go. I was going to say there's a close button somewhere. So there you go. That's change. You can change the dates and whatnot. I don't ever use screen share. I don't ever use the permanent block list. I do have to use the info only because I have a bunch of students who have the same name, and you'll notice how it only shows their first name. So I've got like an Alex and an Alex and an Alex all in the same class. So I have to use that info just to see which Alex I'm talking about. Now notice how I had her clicked on the X. So when I go away, if I close it right now, then she is locked out of stuff. So I need to go back and re-allow her to do everything. So that's the specific student. You can end the video now if that's all you want to see is how to check on that one individual student. I will show you how to create an allow list and how to create a block list if you're interested. So to create an allow list or block list, you come to this globe right here and you click on the globe. Allow list is what I'm working on right now. So I use this all the time, and I have put on my allow list these like 5 websites that we use constantly. I had to put Clever because that's how all their passwords are saved. So at one point I did not have Clever on there, and so no one knew their password and no one could get onto anything. So I allowed Clever. But so that's the allow list. And if I allow things, if I have an allow list on, they're only able to access these 5 things. Then if I click on this, it becomes the block list. And these are so far the things I am annoyed by these things. I want to block them. I'll be honest, I never used the block list. I tried it out and just, it's not worth it. There's so many different gaming sites that the students play. But there you go. That's how you edit. So again, I use the allow list. You type in the URL, you give it a name, right? So I gave it a name, Alex. The URL is alex.com, whatever. That's not as important. I mean, the URL is. If you want an entire class to be blocked or allowed or whatever, I won't do it here because I don't want to actually block that kid. Let's see. There we go. Here's a class that no one's here. Usually we'd have a whole bunch of students on here. And over here are the class controls. So it starts off green, so I could click on it. Every student, if they were in class, has all access to the normal stuff. I could say, I'm going to block the internet for everybody. Again, on the Chromebooks, that seems pointless, but whatever. You could do that. I could say for this whole class, this is what I use. I literally use this every day. This allow list. So if I click on this, then I can see when I click, every single student is on the only allow list. They're only allowed to access the things I say on that globe are allowed. Okay, well, I could change it to the block list. So now I clicked on that block list and now they're allowed to access anything except for the stuff that was on the block list. Now they're not going to be able to access those things. I'm going to change it all back to green now. See how it's all green now. Another feature I actually do use sometimes is down here, open a website for students. I click on this, then I'll type in the website that I want them all to go to. I click on everybody's name and I click push. I'm not going to do it right now. And it sends the website to everyone. In fact, it automatically pops it up on their screen. So I like to use that a lot if I don't already have a link in Canvas for it, because if I just put it on the board, students can't seem to copy things. So hopefully that that was a very fast, there's more you can do with this, but that was kind of a fast overview of what I like to use NetRef for. Hope that helps tomorrow. See ya.